Can y'all see me? Can you guys hear me? Let me turn this down real quick. Let me make sure all my cool cats and kittens can see and hear me. Hold on. Okay. All right. Hey, you guys. How you guys doing? Everybody can see and hear me, right? Facebook, YouTube. Okay, great. Yay, it's working. We'll see how long this lasts, okay? So anyways, hey, all you cool cats and kittens out there. This is TT Baskins. I want to come on here and talk to you guys about this movie I saw called The Tiger King. Man, it was awesome. When I tell y'all the other night, I've been going through it, honey, okay? I've been sad. I've been depressed. I've been going through it. And so the other night, I was minding my own damn business, okay? Surfing between Netflix and Amazon Prime. Oh, hold on. Turn on the speaker. Surfing between Netflix and Amazon Prime. And basically Netflix was like, oh, you don't got shit to do? Watch Tiger King. And I watched the trailer and I'm like, well, I don't know. This looks like a bunch of trailer trash bullshit. So I wasn't into it at first, but then I was like, let me just go ahead and check it out. And when I tell you, I stayed up till 4:00 in the morning. I got all the way up to episode 3. That show was crazy. Like, you can't make this shit up. Did you guys watch? Put a teacup, just one teacup, in the comment section, Facebook or YouTube, if you watch Tiger King. Just a teacup. I want to know how y'all felt about it. Okay. Yeah, Joe Exotic is a character. All right, good. So you guys watched it? Good. If you haven't watched it, there'll be some spoilers in here. I ended up watching the whole 7 episodes. It was crazy. Like, literally every episode just had me like, wait, what? What? No, you don't say. This shit was insane. Let me go ahead and shout out Aisha Dingle. She sends $10. Hey T, love you. The Tiger King is a mess. He would not leave that lady alone. Yes, he was obsessed with her. He was obsessed with Carol. I've never seen nothing like it. It's like it was a powder keg waiting to blow. Him making fake dummies of her and blowing them up, posting pictures with cow penises, telling me he's gonna fuck her husband with a cow penis. The entire show was just crazy. Now, this was a meme that had me cracking up. Let me pull this up real quick here. This basically exemplifies the Tiger King. It says, Tiger King has everything. Tigers, lions, murder, a gay redneck throuple, a one-armed lesbian, alligator arson, mullets, pizza made from expired Walmart meat, a zoo-based sex cult, a crazy cat lady, and country songs about tigers and gay love. That is basically the gist of this show. The show was insane. And it just kept me in stitches. And I really believe, it was something about Carol Baskin's character I did not like. All that I don't like people who go out their way to talk with an overly sensitive, sweet voice. I don't know. Shit like that just annoys me. I feel like they're putting on a facade. Like, just talk regular. You know what I'm saying? Stop acting like you've never been through shit. Like, you never get angry. Like, all that, hey, big cats and cool kittens. How are you guys doing today? I felt like she was full of shit. I do believe that she killed her millionaire husband. I don't care what nobody says. I believe she killed her damn husband and fed him to the tigers. I definitely believe that shit. It was something about her aura that was just really fake and sinister. Yeah, okay, I'm glad y'all saw it too. A lot of people are like, no, Carol was full of shit. I thought she was too. Like, I just couldn't take her seriously, and then the fact that she tried to act like, oh, I was so young and naive. I was in a bad relationship and then this millionaire put up to me, and she was married in a bad relationship and she ends up cheating with a millionaire who had been married for like 10, 15 years. He was 22 years her senior. So she was a young little thought. And so she gets with the millionaire. basically helps to destroy his marriage, fucking with his relationship with his daughters and all types of mess. But then she wants us to believe that she's so innocent and so pure. And, I would never kill my husband. I mean, if I was going to grind him up, his arm won't even fit in the grinder. It doesn't grind bones and stuff. Like, bitch, what are you trying to explain to us? Like, just say you didn't kill your husband. Like, the fact that she was going into details on how the grinder works, man, we're not buying your story. But it just goes to show you privilege. And a lot of you guys told me to watch that video, Kitty, and I watched it. And I'm like, I mean, what in the privilege is this? She's literally in the video with Joe Exotic, perpetuating this character that she killed her husband and she's feeding her husband to the tigers. It's like, you can't make this shit up. Carol, I'm not feeling her. Something about her. Let me read some of these comments here. Let's see. Angela Taylor, thank you so much for the super chat. She sends 20. Carla and Nick. Hey, Carla and Nick, how y'all doing? She says, T, you really had us watching this mess, but they was pulling some R. Kelly mess. Yes, they were. Now, that's the part that kind of had me like, I had to give him the side eye because you notice he was grooming those young boys. Because I'm not going to lie, I didn't really get a gay vibe from Joe Exotic at first. But I remember like 10 minutes into the first episode, there were two tigers humping on each other. And the guy was like, oh, are they mating? And he's like, well, those are two males, but we don't discriminate around here. And I was like, okay, that's strange, coming from a redneck. And then come to find out he was gay. Okay, cool. But then when he got with the first dude, John, what's his name? I wrote his name down, honey. John Finley, the toothless one. He said he got with John Finley when John Finley was 18 years old coming out of high school. And, Joe Exotic is way older than him. So that kind of set off alarm bells in my head. And then when he got with the other guy that killed himself, he was also young, like 17, 18. And he was even saying he mainly likes straight guys. And he was asking these young boys, well, how straight are you? Well, why are you asking these teenage boys that? So that kind of was kind of real fishy to me. And then the fact that he married both of them and they were like in this three-way. You can't make this shit up. You cannot make it up. Inspired and enlightened with Asada Shakur says, she ain't fooling nobody. Love you, T. Keep up the amazing work. Thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate it. Yes, it was a trip. There was a lot of grooming going on. And my thing is, let me ask y'all this, because this was my era. And I'm like, I don't know any Black people who was going to these exotic zoos and going to these mall shows with tigers. Because I'm like, this was my era. This was the 90s. I don't remember any of this shit on. I feel like I missed out on something during that decade. I had to ask my mom, like, was there ever a tiger show in Minnesota? She was like, no, and we wouldn't have took you to one any damn way. Like, is it just me? Okay, so it's not just because I'm like, well, where was all this taking place? Where was I at? Black folks was like, we got enough wolves in the hood. We're not about to go to nobody. We're not about to pay no money to go see somebody's exotic zoo. I was seeing people on Instagram posting pictures of themselves when they were like 7, 8, 9 years old at Exotic Joe's Tiger Place. And they had pictures of them with baby tigers and shit back in the early 90s. So this was a really big thing, but I guess in only certain parts of the country because there wasn't no tiger shows in Minneapolis from what I remember. I don't know. So that shit had me cracking up when I seen that. Let's see here. Emma Faye says, love you, T, Black Queen. You always keep it real. Thank you so much, Emmy Faith. I appreciate it. Thanks for the super chat. No, it was just so funny. Okay, so there was one in New Jersey. Oh, okay. Ray says Shaq was in the documentary. When I seen Shaq's big ass walking in there, I fell out. I'm like, I didn't know there was like this whole underground kingdom of drama and mayhem and murder plots. You know what I'm saying? And my thing is, it's like, okay, they're talking about, exotic animals. And don't get me wrong. When I see pictures like this, I'm about to show y'all, that is beautiful. Like, that's majestic. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody doesn't have that picture on their wall, okay? So, I mean, I get the mystique, but it just seemed like a lot of these guys on that show were using these exotic animals as a way to lure in young girls, as a way to lure in young boys. They were starting their own little animal sex cults. The one guy, Doc, what was his name? Like Doc Anthony or something like that. He had like a bunch of young girls. They were all sleeping with each other. I mean, that he caught them all wise, but it's like this, you just couldn't make this up. It was just so much to wrap your head around. Let's see here. Let me see what my Facebook peoples are saying. It was crazy. Andre White says, oh my God, this is perfect. I get to watch it live while I twist my hair. Love you, T. Thank you so much, Andre, for the super chat. Love you too. Yeah, it was crazy. It was a crazy show. It did, after a while, it did feel kind of like cultish. You know what I'm saying? Like these were cult leaders, you know, almost like how the pissy Pied Piper or the Pied Piper, you know, led the town of children with rats. These old men are literally leading the town's children away with damn tigers and lions and bears. It was a mess. I was just like, I couldn't believe it. So now, one of the things, was I the only body who was getting anxiety watching Joe Exotic's eyebrow piercing? That shit was hanging on by a piece of by a piece of skin. I wanted so bad to just pluck it and pull it out. Like, take that shit out. The eyebrow piercing, I ain't seen that since, damn it, 1999, 2000. But the ring was just so heavy. It was dangling by a piece of skin. I wasn't feeling that. Was I the only one who was getting anxiety from that shit? Oh my gosh, y'all are going heavy with the super chats. Kiki West 2001 sent $100, 99.99. Thank you so much. Kiki says, just wanted to say thank you for the heads up on the coronavirus. I bought my supplies well in advance. Masks, bleach, tissues, and antibacterial soap. You are more than welcome. And I'm so glad that a lot of people took heed. They paid attention, they listened, and they did what they had to do. So I'm really happy. I think the information I put out there ended up helping a lot of people in advance. You know, so it was a blessing in the long run. So thank you so much for the super chat. But yeah, it was insane. And then another thing with John Finley, I wanted to note. I had to look it up because I'm like, why is this dude shirtless through all 7 episodes? Like, somebody get this man a shirt. And they're saying the reason why he was shirtless is because he was proud of his tattoos. But in my personal opinion, I feel like the reason why he was shirtless is he was trying to distract everybody from his teeth. This man had 4 teeth in his entire mouth next to 10 miles away. Okay, now I think it was from him doing meth, because he did say he was doing meth and the meth rotted his teeth. He's since gotten some veneers. I see new pictures of him and he looks a lot nicer. Now, what was so funny, by the end of the docuseries, he came out, you know what I'm saying, like that. Remember that dude? What was his name? Andrew Caldwell. I'm not gay no more. I am delivered. So he ended up not even being gay. He said that he was only gay because basically Joe Exotic was giving him stuff and he was young. So he ends up cheating with the receptionist and knocks the receptionist up. So at that point, Joe Exotic is pissed. He's like, I can't compete with no woman. I don't have no damn vagina. This is some bullshit. So the receptionist, of course, gets fired. You just, it's like, I can't believe this is not scripted. This is real life. The gay man ends up saying he was only gay for pay, starts cheating with the receptionist, knocks her up. But besides that, he was fucking every damn body that was female on the show, besides Kelsey, because she's a lesbian. And then the other little young boy, what was his name? I think it was, what was the one that he ended up, after his other boyfriend killed himself, who also wasn't gay? He ended up killing himself playing with a gun. But the one that he married after that, you could tell he wasn't gay either. He just wants a place to fit in. He wants to, he just wanted to benefit off of Joe Exotic's fame and money. So, it was just crazy. Travis and Dylan. Okay. Exactly. When he got with him, it was like, okay, dude, you're clearly not even gay, Dylan. You're just here for the good times. I've never seen so many people be gay for 1 episode, 2 episodes, and then the next episode, they're all straight again. They were a trip. Okay, so I think the last dude was gay. I don't know, because all the other ones claimed they was gay and then they switched up. So I don't know. Sounds like Jeffree Star and Nathan. Ooh, y'all are messy. Y'all are messy. So let's see here. Now I wanted to talk about, okay, You can't tell me her husband is not a simp. This is her new husband. Oh, I just can't take Carol seriously. Or was that the old husband, honey? Honey, I can't keep up. I don't like Carol Baskins. I don't know if it's because of the documentary or it's because of her aura. I just don't like her. I don't find her appealing. I don't find her funny. And then when her and her husband kept kissing, I was like, bitch, if y'all don't stop trying to ruin my damn appetite. I was like, ugh. They were just annoying as hell. Let's hear. Sarah Dunn says, keep the tea coming. Love you. Love you too, sis. Thank you so much. Carol was very, very weird. Very weird. Shay Hood says, I've been trying to find toilet paper for the past 4 days. Been collecting McDonald's napkins. You are such a queen, such an inspiration. Thank you so much for the super chat. And I'm sorry. I know today at Target, they did bring in a bunch of toilet paper and they were limiting it to 1 per customer. So try Target. I believe they get their shipments like every other day. You can also call in advance, but certain stores are only limiting it to 1. So hopefully you'll be able to get some soon. Yeah, it's crazy. So now I think my favorite person in all of this, the person who I thought was like really cool and who to me seems like the most honest. Now, granted, the guy with no legs. The fact that I just said, granted, the guy with no legs, like that's just normal, and who had all the airbrushing on his fake legs, I thought I liked him. You know, even though he was like an old meth head, he really cared for those animals. You know what I mean? And Joe Exotic did take advantage of a lot of people, okay? But he really did care for those animals. So I did like him, but I really like Kelsey Saff, okay? She's the one who got attacked by a tiger, honey. The tiger done ripped her arm off. Kelsey's ass was about that life. Like, I've never seen a woman that tough. They were like, Kelsey, do you want to keep your hand? It's going to take months to rehabilitate. Kelsey was like, hell no, cut that bitch off.
Cut that bitch off.
Kelsey didn't give a damn. So that whole situation was crazy. I couldn't do nothing but laugh. I could not do nothing but laugh. Yeah, I liked her. She came back in 6 days after her arm was ripped off by a tiger. She said it wasn't so much that the tiger bit her arm off. The tiger basically clawed her arm off, which is even worse. And she came back to work after a few days and was like, I'm here. I'm not suing. This is family. Like, I want somebody as loyal to me like Kelsey was loyal to Joe. She wasn't even that loyal to her damn arm. She said, cut that bitch off. I don't need it. Kelsey was a straight up trooper, man. She was a trooper. I mean, we could talk about this show for the next 2 hours. It was just so much stuff. I believe that other guy, who was his partner, the one that ended up letting Joe know that he was under federal surveillance. I think his name was Jeff, I believe. What was his name? I believe that he was definitely just as guilty. Yeah, Jeff Lowe. Thank you, Jeff Lowe. He was definitely just as guilty. He was another pervert. He was using his tigers to get all types of cooch in Las Vegas. He was cheating on his wife. You know, he had all types of, other girlfriends and stuff like that. So he was definitely on something. He definitely was. I think he should have been arrested as well. And then what was up with the big fat guy that looked like the Chucky doll that was just a proud snitch? Yeah, I told them to wire me up. I told on everybody. I said, well, damn, like, y'all sitting here going off about 6ix9ine. That dude was a proud snitch. He was on his jet ski showing his face. He wasn't hiding it. He was a proud informant. I was like, you can't make this up. And then it was so funny when he didn't get his way because he thought that, okay, I'm a snitch. We're going to put all this on Joe. And he thought Jeff was going to allow him into the company. And when Jeff was like, no, bro, you don't have no money. You can't come in with me and Tony on this business deal. Then all of a sudden, Jeff was the bad guy. And Jeff also needs to go to jail too. I mean, you couldn't make this shit up, honey. You just couldn't make this up. That shit was so funny. They all need to be in jail. A lot of them. And then the one guy was so funny. They're like, well, they asked me to go kill Carol Baskins. They assumed I was a killer because I had a teardrop on my eye. What? That was all they needed to know to hire somebody to go kill somebody else just because he had a teardrop on his eye? Maybe he was mourning somebody. That doesn't necessarily make him a killer. How about you go and find a legitimate hitman and not just somebody who just happens to work at your zoo with a teardrop on your eye? I'm like, that was the only qualification? Oh my God, he took that $3,000 and booked. He said, I ain't killing shit for $3,000. I'm telling you, this show was nothing but a bunch of trailer trash, druggies. It had everything. Like, I'm so surprised. Like, this show kept me so hooked. And then and I believe that Joe Exotic burnt his own barn. The barn that was holding the alligators, I believe he did that on purpose because he was trying to destroy evidence. I think he knew back then that the feds were after him and that he was under surveillance, because I found it very convenient. You couldn't get this man to leave that damn zoo any other time. And the one time in years that he finally leaves the zoo, all of a sudden, the explosion happens. And they burnt up all that man's footage. That man said, I stood in front of the damn barn door and I just fell to my knees and cried like a baby. I'm telling you, that show was a trip. That show was a trip. Let's see here. Let's see. Raymond Jones says, hey, T, I've been watching you since 2014. Your videos really help me when I feel down and depressed. Keep up the good work. The world needs people like you. Thank you so much, Raymond. I appreciate it. Thank you for the super chat. Damari Johnson. I like that name, Damari. Okay. Damari says, hey, T, speaking of the Netflix docuseries, what did you think about the trial of Gabriel Fernandez? I watched that. It was very sad. We talked about it a few weeks ago. It was really sad. I did like that. I thought it shed more light on the situation because I was aware of it, but I didn't know the details. So it was definitely very, very sad. Another one I'm watching that I just finished today was the Who Killed Malcolm. That kind of left me kind of annoyed. I'm like, you didn't resolve anything. You didn't confront the man who supposedly killed Malcolm X. And it's like, there was definitely more people involved in that situation. And I really wish that, once it ended, there was like, I just was left feeling empty. I didn't like it. I did not like the Who Killed Malcolm X documentary. I learned a lot, especially in the first few episodes. I learned a lot that I didn't know. But the ending, it just, okay, well, what's the whole point of this? Nobody's brought to justice. The man who was innocent, who did 20 years in prison, they haven't expunged his record or denounced him innocent. So I don't know the point of the documentary. I've been literally binge watching Netflix and Amazon Prime like crazy. If you go to Amazon Prime and you put in pandemic, there are so many good movies and a lot of really good docu-series and documentaries on pandemics, viruses, and things like that on Amazon Prime if you have Amazon Prime. Let's see here. Cutie says, Jeff set Joe up. Thank you so much for the super chat. And I totally agree with you. I don't think that, Joe Exotic was innocent at all. But I do feel like, unfortunately, a lot of people are very, very spiteful. And especially when it comes to money and things like that. And Jeff literally betrayed everybody, even his own business partner. So I really do feel like he threw Joe under the bus because he was not trying to get caught up in that whole murder for hire thing. So I don't think any of these people are really innocent. And then what was up with the dude that was like the bootleg Scarface? Like, I mean, all these characters. The one who did like 12 years in prison for moving drugs. He was like one of the biggest Miami drug dealers. And then he got out after 12 years when he was initially given life in prison. And then he pets, like, you just couldn't make that whole show up. Ray J says, finally caught one of your lives. And yes, he did burn it down. He was trying to get rid of evidence. I'm glad y'all see where I'm coming from. Welcome, new member. It's T56 and new member Shay Hood. Thank you guys for joining the membership. And yes, no, I totally agree. There was definitely more to it than that. I feel like he killed those alligators and he did all that stuff for attention and to try and destroy evidence. While we have close to 3,000 people in here on YouTube, we have several hundred people here from Facebook. The stream is going good. So we've been talking about this. I think it's already 9:42. So I've been on here now for about 40 minutes. So let's go ahead. I want to talk about a few other things. Give me a second here. Minutes. Let me see. Hold on. Let me mute this real quick. I got to play around with this audio. I want to ask y'all a question for those in New Orleans. I want to talk about that real quick. So there was some New Orleans tea that was brought to me recently. Let me see if y'all can. That's my little Illuminati sound. But there was like some New Orleans tea, right? And basically, they're saying that Mardi Gras was cursed. Okay? So give me just a second here. Okay, y'all did hear it? Okay, good. Y'all heard the sound? Okay, good. I wasn't sure if it came through because I couldn't hear it. Somebody said it's almost 4 a.m. here. Don't scare me. I ain't trying to scare you, boo. We gonna get into some things, okay? So if you guys do not know, I have been I don't know what happened. Let me just backtrack. So one night I couldn't sleep and I ended up on this Instagram rabbit hole. I don't know why. And so I was watching these Instagram live videos and it was like this random white lady who popped up and she was talking about New Orleans is cursed. Y'all need to cancel Mardi Gras. Y'all done did those bodies wrong. They need a proper beer. She was going in. So I'm like, well, damn, what is going on in New Orleans? Let me sip this damn, you know what I'm saying, New Orleans tea. So anyways, if you guys don't know, back in October 2019, the Hard Rock Hotel collapsed out of nowhere in New Orleans, right? So the people in New Orleans, I'm sure y'all know this. Let me play y'all the video really quick so y'all can see what I'm talking about. I want y'all to watch this real quick. Let's see here. New Orleans. Where is it at? Okay, here it is. Okay. Hold on. I'm Shimo. Okay, y'all. It wasn't really anything to hear. I don't know if y'all could hear that or not. It wasn't like audio. It was like just playing music. Okay, so the sound may have not came through. Thank you, Curtis, for the super chat. So basically, yeah, there was nobody talking. It was just like music. But I don't know why it wasn't playing. I'm not sure. But anyways, so basically what happened, okay, so you did hear it. So some of y'all heard it, some of y'all didn't. Okay. You heard it, sis. Thank you. Okay. So y'all heard the music. Yeah, it was just music. It wasn't anybody talking. So basically what happened is, yes, Tia, y'all do not do y'all's dead that way. Okay, good. Elevator music. Okay, good. Y'all heard it. Thank you. So I was just in this rabbit hole and it was a lady and people were having discussions and people were saying months ago to cancel Mardi Gras. And I was already kind of feeling some type of way about Mardi Gras because I felt like, okay, we're in the middle of a pandemic. Even at that time, the media was not taking it seriously. This was back in like what, February, early March. And so it was like, we're in the middle of a pandemic. Why are they still going through a Mardi Gras? But I just sat back and I sipped slow. But then what happened is right before Mardi Gras, not one, but two people ended up dying. Let me see if I can pull up my Instagram post. I can show y'all what I'm talking about. I want to show y'all this stuff as I'm talking. So give me a moment. Let's see here. Okay, let me scroll down a bit so I can kind of explain. Okay, so I was having a discussion about this the other day as well. So what ended up happening is after the bodies were spotted at the Hard Rock, people were really upset. They were saying, cancel Mardi Gras. This is not worth it. Y'all need to bury those bodies of those men. They had been there for months and nothing was done. They literally just put a tarp on their bodies. So then what ended up happening is that not one, but the second person in 3 days was struck and killed by a Mardi Gras float in New Orleans. So a lot of people in the Big Easy was saying, no, something's not right. Y'all need to cancel Mardi Gras. A lot of people had bad feelings on social media. The mayor and the city still chose to go through with Mardi Gras. So then what ended up happening is during Mardi Gras, two people fell from a balcony alongside the parade route. Okay. So I was just keeping notes because I get sent a lot of information, you guys. I get sent a lot of stuff. And so I was just like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and just, keep notes, whatever. And so I knew what was going on, but I just kind of kept it to myself. I just kind of kept it in the back of my head. And so then what ended up happening is I was watching CNN the other day and the mayor was on there talking and she was kind of annoying me because she's like, oh, hindsight is 2020. Had we known that the virus would be this bad, maybe we could have canceled Mardi Gras, maybe not. But then I did respect the governor of Louisiana for saying he does take accountability for not canceling Mardi Gras. But, we all know why they didn't cancel it. Like, let's be frank here. The reason why they didn't cancel it because Mardi Gras means money for that community, for New Orleans. That is a huge draw. That is big money for their economics down there. People come from all over the world. And what's being stated now is that basically Mardi Gras ended up being a cesspool because people are there, sharing drinks and throwing beads and throwing around Corona. You know what I'm saying? They're doing all of that down there. And now New Orleans is one of the fastest growing cities being afflicted with the coronavirus. So it made me think back to what those people were saying a few months ago when the spiritual people down in New Orleans were saying, cancel this. We shouldn't be doing Mardi Gras. There's a virus around out here. And then on top of that, those bodies are not seeing any type of peace. Like when the bodies were first discovered, people were taking pictures of them and they were basically posting it on social media. So then what ended up happening is that in New Orleans, they ended up just putting a tarp up. They put up a tarp as if that would do anything. So a lot of people were really upset by the disrespect that they were showing the dead. So I guess, Ruby Garcia, I've been talking to her, Didi. Yep, me and her been talking via DM. We spoke today, actually. And, I told her, I said, I felt everything you were saying spiritually. I felt like it was going to be more stuff to come. Not only because of how they did the dead, but because of the virus and everything that was going on. And I believe that what may end up happening is that countries that celebrated Carnival might be seeing an uptick in coronaviruses too, because that was a lot of people in densely populated areas. So the same thing that's happening in New Orleans because of Mardi Gras may happen in other countries that celebrated Carnival. Not wishing it, just saying. So let me go ahead and play you guys this clip here. Didi said, good, y'all both be on point. Thank you, sis. Thank you. Yeah, I try to listen to everything, even if I don't report on it or I don't do a video. I read a lot. I'm always researching and I just store things in my mind for a later date. And so when I started seeing the cases rising in New Orleans, it made me think of all those people that were literally begging and telling the city, don't do Mardi Gras this year. Something about Mardi Gras 2020 does not feel right. But again, once again, you have government officials putting money and politics over people. And now it's going to be the people in New Orleans who are suffering. But like a lot of I'll say quite a few of my tea sippers did not go. Some of y'all went, and that's okay, but some of them did not go. And they were even saying that they felt like it was some bad juju. So they just didn't want to go. But let me go ahead and play this. Somebody says their auntie has it. Oh, man, Tatiana, I'm sorry. She says my auntie got it. San Antonio canceled the Fiesta. Right. Like Southwest by Southwest was canceled. Coachella was canceled. That's why I didn't understand why they would choose to go through with Mardi Gras when other cities were canceling big money makers for them. Southwest by Southwest brings a lot of money to Texas, and they canceled it. Coachella brings a lot of money to Cali. They canceled it. So I think New Orleans was wrong. Louisiana was wrong for not canceling Mardi Gras. Let me see here. Let me go ahead and play you guys this real quick. And let me know if you guys can't hear it. Let's see here.
Across Louisiana, the numbers are simply staggering.
It scared me. I'm telling you, it's like I screamed. It's like you're kidding me.
The state has seen the fastest growth rates in the world. On Thursday, the numbers soared to more than 2,300 coronavirus cases and 83 deaths.
If the spread continues on its current path, could Louisiana start to look like Spain or Italy? Absolutely.
And New Orleans is taking the biggest blow. In Orleans Parish, nearly 1,000 cases with 46 dead. Now, experts are pointing to one major factor: Mardi Gras.
People are drinking and sharing glasses. They're throwing beads off of floats, and unfortunately, people weren't only catching beads who were here for Mardi Gras; they were catching coronavirus.
Oliver Stokes, a popular New Orleans DJ, was riding one of those floats last month. Nearly 2 weeks later, he started feeling sick.
He was the comforter. He was the provider.
Doctors ordered no visitors because of the virus. In his final hours, Oliver's wife, Cassandra, couldn't even be by his side.
I couldn't hold his hand. I couldn't tell him I love him. Nothing. So that was the hardest part for me, is that I couldn't be with him.
Across New Orleans, the heartache shows no mercy. Jay Banks lost 3 friends in a single day. 2 died, still awaiting test results.
It is crazy. 3 people dead within 3 hours, all of which who were living very vibrant, very, very, very fulfilling lives, and now they're gone.
Gone, too, are the crowded restaurants, the bustling French Quarter, so much of the city's soul and its livelihood.
It's not normal. Is it going to ever get back?
On Thursday, a move of hope from New Orleans Saints quarterback Drew Brees, who donated $5 million to help his city, writing, "Let's all do our part, maintain hope, and get through this together." Most people are listening and staying home, but for those few exceptions, Cassandra has this warning.
They still don't get it. When it hits them, they will, because it's a life-changing experience.
All right, you guys. Hoo-wee. So it's a lot going on out here, and it's not a joke. But yeah, that just really, it really didn't sit with my spirit, because I was feeling for weeks like they should not be doing Mardi Gras. Everybody else is shutting down, you know what I'm saying? Their big events. Why is Mardi Gras still going on? And literally 500,000 people showed up. So that's another thing. Even if they chose to have it, people still came. So now you have people who are now possibly affected and bringing this to their own cities. So it's really scary because New Orleans does not have the proper medical equipment and everything to take care of a pandemic. A lot of the hospitals are older. They don't have a lot of the facilities like some other cities and states. So for this to be hitting New Orleans, it can definitely cause their death toll to really rise. So it's really scary. It's really scary what's going on. Put a teacup in the comment section if you did attend Mardi Gras this year. Did you attend Mardi Gras? I'm not judging. I'm just asking a simple question. Who all attended? Nobody attended? Yeah, it's really scary. Okay. Okay, so one person. Okay. 2, 3. Okay. Everybody laughing because I said I'm not judging. I'm just curious. Okay, so we've had 4 people who did attend Mardi Gras. So I would just say that if you did 5, 6, okay, I would just say that if you did, if you can possibly get tested, maybe do so. You know, just because the earlier you catch this, the better, and you don't want to be spreading it to your families because something happened down there in New Orleans. So just, you know, just to be wise, I would say possibly go and get tested if you can, you know. But it's not to shame anybody or make them feel bad because they went, you know, of course not. Nobody can control this. This is something that is beyond anybody's control. So I'm not asking that to shame. I'm just saying that, you know, possibly because this is national news and some people are not aware of this, to possibly go get tested just to make sure that you're keeping your family safe. Mr. GC15 says, T, how come the mainstream media never reports on the amount of recoveries from COVID-19, only those affected in the death toll? You know what? Honestly, I don't know. There's been a few people who have recovered, but you got to realize that the mainstream media, their job is to, you know, sell clicks, to get views. And what's going to get more views? I survived Corona, or I'm in ICU and I can't breathe and I'm on a ventilator. Please take this serious and stay home. I'm not trying to even be funny, but that is going to make me watch that person who has tubes up their nose, who can't breathe, they're on a ventilator, warning people, as opposed to somebody saying, I feel good, I've been cured from Corona, you know people hate good news. Did I just make up a coronavirus song? Y'all know people do not love good news. It's like we gravitate more towards tragedy and, you know, bad stuff. I mean, look at the shit that goes viral. It's never really, I mean, you have some good news that goes viral, but it's usually fuck shit that goes viral. So the media is just giving what people, you know, are used to seeing. Let's see here. Devin Brown says, that's cool. You converse with Rubia Garcia. I got a chance to meet and dance with her several times in the past couple years. Okay, Devin. That's what's up. She's a sweetheart. I like her. She's a sweetheart. She's very in tune. So that's what's up. T, you're right, but we need to hear about the people recovering from this case too. 2021 right around the corner. Yeah, I mean, it's insane. Now, I'm not going to be repeating anything about certain things, healing people. I'm not giving nobody medical advice. Y'all not about to go try some shit because T said it, and then, you know, something happens. Because we seen that man, he don't want to try some fish cleaning stuff, and he ended up dying because he heard it on the internet. So, you know, be very mindful with people just throwing out recipes and, you know, mix a little bit of this, add a dash of that, boil this, boiling, twirling trouble, and drink this shit. Like, okay, I'll stick to my teas and stuff. Just my teas and regular hot water. You know, I don't want to be giving out any type of advice, medical stuff. I mean, I've been saying some things where people like, you shouldn't take certain medications, you shouldn't take this. But again, I don't want to be responsible for putting anything out there in the event it's misinformation. So people that leave writing what pills to take, stop it. Quit writing that in my chat. Somebody gonna send me a video. There was some black man, honey. He was boiling all types of shit on his stove. They're like, T, you need to watch this. Make what he's making and drink it. I don't know what the fuck he's putting in his pot. I ain't drinking that shit. Y'all stop sending me nasty from random people on the fucking internet. T, drink this. I heard your immune system's compromised. Watch this video. Drink this shit. I'm good. Everybody want to be a doctor. Honey, everybody on the internet is a pathologist. Everybody's a scientist. Everybody's grandmama taught them natural herbs and cures. Grandma said just take some chamomile, go outside and just pull some grass. Boy, I'm not fooling with y'all. Let's see here. I have tickets to BB Judy's tour. However, I've not gotten a response if she will cancel and refund anybody. I don't know. You need to ask BB Judy. I have no idea. Let's see here. Adriana says, hey, team, my Chinese friend and I were speaking. Apparently, lots of Chinese citizens believe the theory that the U.S. caused the virus at the Wuhan World Games. Yeah, I've been saying that forever, that a lot of the Chinese people are being told by their government that this virus was brought to Wuhan by foreigners, by the American government. You know, we went out our way to make them sick, even though they have a biolab that they build and that they created to host the world's most dangerous pathogens in Wuhan. So no sense of responsibility from the Chinese government. But that's what they do. That's what they do. They barely want to take responsibility for killing all them babies with the poison baby food formula. That's a whole nother live stream. I'm not even gonna go there. They don't like to take responsibility for when they mess up. They rather blame the international community. So I don't take anything the CCP is saying. Everything they say, it goes in one ear and out the other. Like I told you guys weeks ago, until they get those citizens journalists, until they release them, and I see that they're okay, I don't have any respect for them, because those people were whistleblowers. They were telling the truth. They were showing videos on what was really going on in Wuhan and in China, when the media was trying to, basically gloss over and act like, oh, everything's under control. I have so much respect for those citizen journalists, and the fact that they've all just been, basically forcibly quarantined, taken away. Nobody's heard from any of these citizens journalists in almost 2 months. So until they come back safe to their families, I have no respect for the CCP, and I will stand by that. I don't care who gets offended. I know a lot of Chinese people get offended, like, oh, you keep talking about our country and whatever. They've done more to disrespect your people than help your people. So anyways, somebody's writing in Russian. I don't read Russian, honey, but thank you for coming here from Russia. And people still defending that government. They really are. They really are. Wuhan is a cute name for a little girl. I'm going to name my daughter Wuhan. What's your name? Wuhan Smith? Golden Milky Way says, hey, auntie, love your videos. I miss when you're not posting, but you've taught me to research anything and everything. Keep going. Keep doing you. Thank you so much, sis. And definitely research everything. Like I always tell people, damn it, I'm like reading Rainbow. Don't take my word for it. Do your own research. You should always research. Somebody had the nerve to ask the other day on Instagram, why are you watching CNN anyways? You're supposed to watch everybody. How do you expect to learn stuff if you only want to watch things that make you comfortable? I watch CNN. I watch Fox News. I watch MSNBC. I watch Russia Today. I watch Al Jazeera. I watch it all, because I want to know different points of views. I want to know what other news outlets are talking about. And then I also watch alternative media. I also watch conspiracy videos. I watch everything. I don't care where it comes from. I'm going to watch it. And at that point, once I watch it, it is my job to do my due diligence and do my research on the topic. So there's nothing wrong with watching stuff. I hate when people feel like, because I'm Black, I'm not supposed to be watching Fox News. Fuck out of here. I watch everything, from Fox to CNN. And when Fox messes up, I blast them, I call them out. And when CNN is on some bullshit, I blast them, I call them out. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. Let's see here. Baby Jane says, hey, T, I saw that you posted about China and how some recovered people are testing positive a second time. That's sad. It's 10%, but the second time it's fatal. Wow. Yes. And that is why I've been saying for weeks, do not fall into these numbers that the CCP is posting to the international community. They are liars, okay? Again, this is the same people when those doctors were chatting in their private group chat and were saying that there's a new virus, something is not right with this, only tell who you must, and that group chat got out to the public. They went and they arrested those doctors. What was his name? Lai Nguyen? I don't know. I mean, y'all don't know nobody's name, honey. Dr. Lee. Y'all can write his name. But they went and arrested him and other ones and harassed them and accused them of causing panic and, sending out misinformation. So if this is a government that can hide what's going on and they're telling the international community, oh, it's only, 50 people with the virus, then come to find out it was thousands of people, I cannot take them seriously. And also, if you guys do not know this, And sorry if I'm missing y'all super chats. Jatari Mentor, thank you for the super chat. But also, if you guys don't know this, it was just reported today that a bunch of tests, because remember, China is sending out tests to all these countries. We're going to do right. Now, people are they're trying to put it out there to their people like they're doing other countries a favor. We're giving all these tests to all these nations because we're good people. But the thing is, these tests are not free. They're charging these nations. So Italy's paying them money, America's paying them money for these COVID-19 test kits. Well, it was just announced today, if you guys don't know, that over half of the tests that they sent to Italy, a country where, as of today, 10,000 people are dead due to the coronavirus, half of those tests have failed. They're faulty. They don't work. They're bootleg. So I don't get it. I cannot take that government seriously. I just can't. I just cannot. A Diva says, I went to Mardi Gras. I'm fine, but I work in Nashville. Okay, I'm glad that you're doing fine, sis. I'm glad. Let's see here. 10LJ says, thank you, T, for all the hard work and dedication you put into keeping us informed. Much love. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. Thank you. And I'm going to continue to keep you guys informed. You know, it gets draining at times and tiring, but I think the information is helping people. You know, I try and mix it up. You know, I don't want it to all be doom and gloom. You know, I try and post funny memes and funny stories. So I try and mix it all up. But at the end of the day, I'm always just going to post news and the truth and whatever I see, especially if I don't see that the mainstream is covering it. That is what I'm going to post. So let's see here. Karima Shabazz. Oh, I like that name. She says, Mao and the CCP has always been about suppression and oppression. I can't trust a government built by a man who killed more Chinese than Hitler killed Jews for criticizing the government. Thank you so much, sis. But, you know, they ain't going to talk about that, honey. They don't want to talk about that. Yes, Dr. Lee, L.I. Thank you for writing his name. Nell Taylor. She says, T, they took down your initial coronavirus videos. No, what happened is I was getting emotionally and spiritually drained. I get notifications on my videos. So I was getting notifications on a lot of my videos because, of course, a lot of people are going to go watch them. And I was just really tired of people's, and it's very hard for me to pronounce this word. Y'all can write it down. Cognizance dissonance. It's hard for me to pronounce it. I've tried. It's just not a word I can pronounce. But I was really tired of people's dissidence, you know, and people attacking me and making it seem like I was just crazy and, you know, it's not that serious and people calling me a fearmonger. It just got on my nerves. So I just needed a break from the alerts and all that stuff. So I just privated everything. I just wanted a break. I didn't want no notifications. I didn't want to make my whole channel private because I didn't want people to think that my channel disappeared because then that would freak people out. So I just really privated those videos talking about the virus because it was causing so much like back and forth and debate, and it was just getting on my nerves, getting the alerts to my phone. So and that's why I disappeared from the internet for 2 days. I didn't post anything on Instagram. Like I said, I don't run my Twitter and I don't run my Facebook fan page. You'll know when it's me posting stuff because, you know, I write how I talk, but usually it's other people who are posting on my fan page and who are running my Twitter. It's rarely ever me. So I just took a break. So usually you'll know when I'm gone and taking a break because I won't post on Instagram. So that's why I was gone for 2 days. I needed to just protect my energy. I was like emotionally and spiritually drained. And, you know, I can deal with a lot of stuff. I can deal with a lot of the name calling. I'm cool with, you know, whatever. Call me fat, ugly, you know, the N-word. I've heard it all. But the whole, you know, you're a fearmonger, you know, you're just trying to push propaganda. Like that was pissing me off. Like that was making me like really pissed off. You know what I'm saying? And so at this point, that's why my Instagram page is private. I'm not letting nobody else on my page. If you've been blocked, oh well. I blocked about 60 people the other day. Like I'm not tolerating it anymore. You know, if you don't like what I post, if you feel like it's fear mongering or negative or whatever, just stay the hell off my page. Unfollow me, you know? So I'm not dealing anymore with the negativity at all. I just want to focus on the people who are there to receive the information, and that's it. So I'm back now. I feel a lot better than I did a few days ago. Getting ready to lock down New York and New Jersey. No one in or out. Been telling y'all that was coming. Look, Alanda says, Blackie Anna don't play at all. Gang, gang, at all. Let's see here. Stephanie Brown says, love you, T. Wrote you today on Instagram. I know you be booked and busy, but keep doing your thing. My internet sister, you make stuff make sense. One-handed, many blessings and health to you and your loved ones. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. No, I don't have time to be filtering comments and, and all that stuff. I just, my page is private. I'm not about to be going through and putting a bunch of filters. I'm not filtering fearmonger. I don't have time. I just feel like we should just be adults. We can agree to disagree, but when you're telling me that I'm posting stuff for clicks and views on Instagram when my page has been private for a week, you're an asshole. And you're just pulling shit out your ass. Because if me posting, about predictive programming is looking for clicks, but I'm showing you proof of predictive programming, your comment is stupid. And then for people to go and like that as if it's factual, like I'm not posting stuff for clicks and likes. If I wanted to post things for clicks and likes, I would literally sit here and do my vlogs in a bra. Okay? Everybody likes big titties. Okay? That's what I mean. Let's be honest. If I really wanted clicks and likes and views, I could just do shit in sexy outfits and look for attention every day. Me posting about predictive programming, that's kind of boring to most people. That's not very click worthy. Okay. Let's keep that real. So I don't know. I just feel like people are angry, and they feel like because I'm like the closest thing to them, they can take their anger and frustration out on me. I would not be anybody's punching bag. Fuck that. Not gonna be anybody's punching bag because you can't cuss out Anderson Cooper because you don't know who's running the shade room, so you can't cuss them out. You can't cuss out Fox News. I'm not gonna be your punching bag. So at this point, I'm just blocking people. I'm just saying, there's a lot of stuff I can do for attention. Posting about predictive programming is not one of them at all. Let's see here. I've been out here for a while. Oh, we got over 4,000 people. I hope you guys are enjoying this. It's 10:14. I've been out here for over an hour. I'm enjoying this. I'm glad we all got a place to come and talk. Kizzy Key says, love your truth. You telling girl. Well, hold on. Love the truth. You telling girl. Much love from Cali. Thank you so much, Kizzy. I appreciate it. Jaleesa Pope says, I'm late, but I made it. LOLT. Honestly feel like people are scared to hear the truth. Yes. And that's what it is. Me and my homeboy, Jeff, were talking about this. Now, he's a lot older than me. I met him years ago. He was my mechanic. And so we've had a very close relationship since like 2012. We've always talked about conspiracies, and that's like everybody, well, I don't know, maybe I don't have one, but most people like me have a conspiracy friend. Like when you're going through shit and you just can't figure shit out and stuff is bothering you esoterically, me and him connect, right? So we've been talking a lot through all this. And it's been so much stuff that me and him been talking about that's just coming to pass. And we just be passing each other like, you see this? Yep, I see this. He told me a week ago that they were pulling all the DEA agents, all the old FBI agents, all the retired police officers. They were pulling them out of retirements. And I was telling some of these people in my DM that they're going to be pulling nurses and doctors out of retirement because that's how bad it's getting. And eventually it's going to get so bad, they'll start pulling students and letting them, come and help in the hospitals because the hospital is getting overwhelmed. And now what's happening is what me and Jeff been talking about for the past week, them pulling seasoned people out of retirement to come help. When they start pulling people out of retirement, that's when stuff is going to get a lot worse before it gets better. And I don't know if you guys have noticed this. I'm hearing the mainstream media using that same phrase over and over again now that I've been saying it's going to get a lot worse before it gets better. Now CNN can't stop saying it. I've noticed that recently. I don't know if you guys have peeped that, but I've noticed that recently. So let's go ahead and talk about something. And I'm going to explain some stuff. And some people might take offense, and that's fine. It's just open dialogue. But I want to talk about the nurse. Yep, 500 New York police officers have coronavirus. We talked about it the other day on Instagram. Let's go ahead and talk about the nurse. I do want to address this. basically, she went viral yesterday for telling the world that she quit because they try to make her work in a corona unit. It's come out that I guess she's, dealing with cancer and her immune system is suppressed. I'm going to go ahead and play this for you guys. I want you guys to listen to this, and then we're going to come back and discuss it. So give me just a moment to share my screen here. How's everybody on Facebook doing? On my Facebook people, I don't want to ignore you guys. Everybody on Facebook, drop a teacup. How y'all doing, Facebook? I don't want to feel like I'm ignoring them. Hey. Oh, the first comment on Facebook. Hey, T, you got some nice tits. Thank you. Y'all think I'm lying? Thanks. All right. Glad to know the Facebook people are doing great. Let me play y'all this video here. Give me just a second. Let me share this.
I'm being unprofessional. I'm upset. I just quit my job. I clocked in, find out that I'm being sent to a corona floor when they know that I have kids at home. To stay away from me. My manager sent me to a floor that's been touched my health history. She knows all of this. I quit. I care about the patients and all, but my family and my life, they matter. They come first. Is evil. She's evil. She knows my health history. I told her my kids don't have anybody to go to while they're here. I can't send my kids away like everybody else. I'm done. I'm leaving. My life matters and my kids matter. Screw this. I'm being unprofessional. I'm upset. I just quit my job. I clocked in.
Okay. So you guys saw that? So let's talk about it. Now, I told you guys yesterday on Instagram that I was very torn about her video. And that was me being honest. And you had some people who were mad, like, how can you be torn? It's about her health, whatever. I was torn about her video because, as you guys know, I had people in my family, my father and other people who work in healthcare facilities, who work in hospitals, who are currently putting their lives at risk, to help patients. I have subscribers who work in the hospital, who clean hospital rooms and everything else. Let me say this. Now, I've done more research on her. They're saying she has cancer, or she had cancer. Her immune system is suppressed. I did mention that before I played the video, but she's also married. So she's not a single parent. I initially thought she was a single parent. She's not a single parent. She's married. She has a husband. And they have 5 children. So they have 5 kids. She has a husband, and she's married, right? So I don't know if her husband couldn't watch the kids, or he's working too, or, where their immediate family is. I'm not sure. But let me say this. The reason why I feel like the video kind of bothered me, I get her point. And I understand it, thinking about your health, having a compromised immune system. You guys know my issues. I get it. But everything doesn't need to be posted on social media. And when things are posted on social media, I automatically have to give it the side eye. Okay? Because at the end of the day, it could have been a temporary freak out. It could have been she was just stressed and needed to leave. But now, because you put on social media, you blasted this manager, called her evil, and we don't know the other side of the story. Maybe the manager is a bitch. Or maybe the manager is just as, guess what? Overwhelmed and stressed as the rest of the country. And she's trying to do her best job to manage a situation that nobody obviously in America was prepared for, right? So I see a lot of people judging the manager and saying, well, the manager's probably an evil bitch. How do y'all know? How do you guys know? I'm sure the manager is taking this home every night like everyone else. She's not the first person in the medical profession to be sick. I know nurses with lupus. I know nurses with sickle cell. I know nurses with diabetes. Most people in the the medical field because I went to school to be a nurse. I talked about this years ago. I dropped out, couldn't handle it emotionally. So I dropped out of school and I eventually went to school to do IT. So nursing was not for me because I get too emotionally attached to people. But a lot of people get into the nursing field because they either have an illness or they dealt with illnesses or they have family members with illnesses and they want to help to take care of other people. So don't always assume because somebody's a doctor or nurse that they're automatically healthy. I know nurses right now dealing with breast cancer. One of my followers on Instagram, her father's a doctor and he has lupus, he has medical issues, and guess what? He's still out there on the front lines. So I'm not knocking this woman for her decision. What doesn't sit well with me is her posting on social media. If she wanted to quit, she could have quietly quit. So why take this to social media? At that point, I had to look at coming up in a week or two. I mean, in a few days. Because, you know, as soon as somebody posts stuff on social media and it goes viral, that's usually the next step. And then another thing that bothers me is, you know, on social media, there's a lot of monkey see, monkey do. Well, this person did it publicly. They went viral. Now I'm going to do it. You know what I'm saying? That happens all the time where people see things and they follow suit. So while I understand, you know, what she's going through, and I feel bad, don't get me wrong, but let me introduce you to some other essential workers out here because she's not the only one. Okay. And like I've been saying all week on my Instagram page, I've been thanking and showing the nurses and the essential workers nothing but love. Okay. There's an essential worker in my household. And I talked about this on Instagram. I showed the text message between me and my son. This kid has been working nonstop for the past 2-3 weeks. Anywhere from 8 to 12-hour days, keeping the shelves stocked at his store. Okay. I say that to say this: not all heroes wear capes. Sometimes we take for granted that when we go into a store, the stores are stocked with food and supplies. They didn't walk themselves to the shelves and jump on the shelves. Somebody's having to stock that shelf. Okay. So there's a lot of essential workers out here who are risking themselves every day and who are running across people with corona, known or unknown to them. We're all putting ourselves at risk when we go to the grocery store to go grab stuff. Okay. My son also deals with asthma. So a lot of this stuff is stressing him out. He deals with asthma. He's an essential worker. And on top of that, his mom has a very compromised immune system that at this point, if I get sick and I have a crisis, I've already told them I'm not going to the hospital. I'm going to stay here and just fight it out, take my pain meds and just fucking wallow on my bed and deal with it. Because I feel like I've been dealing with my crises since I was born. I know how to handle them here for the most part. I'm not risking myself going to the hospital because at this point, there's more sick people in the hospital than well people. So there's a lot of people putting themselves at risk. You get what I'm saying? So her plight is not any more important than my child's plight or than any other nurse or any other doctor. Themselves at risk. So if we start applauding people for quitting their jobs, I just hope people keep the same energy because right now we have over 500 police officers in the NYPD alone, 39 in the Detroit office, okay, that have been stricken with coronavirus. And Detroit is now the second fastest growing city to have coronavirus after New Orleans. So now what happens when these police officers say, you know what, I'm stressed. I'm not running behind criminals because they might have corona. They might cough on me. I quit. What happens when more nurses and doctors just say, I quit? My life is more important. And I'm not saying that their lives are not important. That's not what I'm saying because you have to do what you have to do for you. But there's a lot of people making these decisions. There's a lot of nurses who cannot afford to take off because they don't have a husband or, you know, somebody to help them out. And they're in that fight. I have subscribers I've been close with for years. They're ER nurses, they're frontline register people. You know, they sit at the registry desk and they register people for the rooms. So they're being exposed constantly to sick people. She was exposed to sick people before there was ever a coronavirus. Her immune system has been compromised for a while. So I don't know. Those are just the questions that go on in my head. Not to knock her, but anytime people decide to put things like that on social media, I have to question that. And again, with people, you know, applauding this, make sure you keep the same energy when more people that we need that are essential decide to just quit. I can't take it. I'm out. Because when that happens, we're really going to have anarchy. When people from the police department just decide to start quitting because, oh, well, my health comes first, I'm not risking it, we're really going to have anarchy. Beautiful B says, T, I didn't think about it that way. Yeah, I always want people to look at things from different angles. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, it's not about bashing her. That was just a decision she made. What I'm saying, before we go around applauding that, we need to say that energy and applaud the people who are risking their lives every day. I get it, but I can't praise her because I have a child who's an essential worker. His friends are essential workers. There's a bunch of teenagers that I've known since they were babies that are now essential workers working to provide for the community. I have a father who's a nurse, still working, should have been retired, still working to provide help for the community. So I'll say my praises for people like that as opposed to praising somebody who just quit. And that's just me being brutally honest. Let's see here. Shay says, my mother's a nurse here in Quebec, Canada. It's getting really bad and I barely hear from her now. I'm taking care of her mother, my grandmother. Exactly. A lot of us are not hearing from our family members who work in hospitals. And a lot of us, we don't want to bother them because we know they're working and they're under stress. They're under tremendous pressure. DW, thank you for the super chat. They're under a lot of stuff right now. A lot is going on right now in the medical field. You have these doctors and nurses. They don't have PPE. The protective uniforms that they're supposed to wear when they go to, you know, deal with patients who have viruses and things like that. When they have to put those ventilators, I don't know if you guys know this. When you have to put a ventilator in somebody's throat, you're literally putting your face near their face because you have to be able to see down in there and make sure that you're sticking that ventilator down in there properly. So it's literally face to face. Their face is literally in the face of these people who have viruses. And there's not even enough protective face shields. And these doctors are having to do what they have to do. Putting on sunglasses and visors and just, you know, making makeshift stuff to try and save lives. Those are my heroes. Totally Yari says, but she was going to a corona floor. That's a hard one. Okay, she was going to a corona floor. Every floor at the hospital at this point is a corona floor. Don't let that fool you. There's people coming in off the street with coronavirus. So the ER is a corona floor. The first floor is a corona floor. Second, third, fourth. People are literally on every floor of the hospital sick. So that virus is in the hospital anyways. It's a risk. It's a risk. That's me keeping it real. Yeah, you don't know. I was at Target today grabbing some stuff. Old lady kept coughing. I'm like, damn, move, shit. You know what I mean? Like she could have the virus. We're being exposed to stuff on a daily basis. I had my mask, but still, you don't know. Coughing gives me anxiety now. Even when I cough, I be giving myself the side eye. Damn, what you coughing for? Rona? I mean, it's for real. Let's see here. Social workers are essential workers trying to make sure children are not abused during the pandemic. Sometimes jobs are not always pretty. I didn't know they had social workers as essential workers. That's good. Thank you for your services. And you're right. Not all jobs are pretty. Naked Diamond says, I work in an ice cream factory with more than 800 people. We have no choice but to go to work. There are people working sick but can't go home because they will be penalized. That's crazy. Who is checking for ice cream at a time like this? You know, certain companies are just being greedy. Like I know there was some McDonald's workers were complaining too because they're considered essential workers, which to me I find funny because they get no benefits. They don't have PTO time, they don't have sick time, but now you want to classify them as essential, but they're not essential enough to get benefits from the job. So I think that this whole pandemic, it needs to be looked at deeper on an economic level, and certain things need to be restructured. Because if you're making McDonald's and fast food employees all of a sudden essential workers and forcing them to work so those companies can keep raking in money, but the people who are there flipping the burgers and dropping fries and risking themselves every time they open that drive-through window to hand somebody their food, they need to have PTO. They need to have FMLA. They need to have benefits, period. If we're going to start calling them essential workers, they need to be compensated like essential workers. Sorry if I'm preaching. I hate seeing people taken advantage of. Sandra says, I'm a CNA. I have acute bronchitis. Yeah, it's no joke. It's a lot of people in the medical field dealing with medical issues, not just her. And they're still going to work and they're still trying to put on a brave face. And they're, you know, scared for themselves, for their families, bringing stuff home. I know when my son gets home from work, he has to change his clothes first before he can come in my room because he's not trying to potentially get me sick. Chop it up. Matter of fact, he just got a notification from his school that somebody at the school was just tested positive for coronavirus. They won't tell him who. We don't know if it was a teacher, if it was a student, but somebody at his school tested positive. So now he's even more nervous. Like, Mom, you know, I was at school 3 weeks ago, and then I'm still dealing with the public. So it's real out here. Corey Scott says, at work, someone gave me the side eye for clearing my damn throat. We're giving everybody the side eye. Like I say, even when I cough, I be side eye. I had myself nervous when I kept coughing. I said, oh, Lord. Steve, what is you coughing for? I'm trying to give myself pep talks and shit. Were you coughing like this before this pandemic? Oh, you've always coughed. Okay, but is it the same cough or is it a different cough? Is this more dry? Like, oh my gosh, this whole shit got everybody nervous, honey. Medoha, I'm sorry if I mispronounced it. Medoha says, I saw the nurse in an NYC hospital wearing garbage bags. They're running really low on protective apparel. Exactly. They are. They are. And that's what I'm saying. Like, you have nurses, man, who are like really trying to stick it out, who are going really hard, you know what I'm saying, to just try and do their job because they took an oath. Now, there was a big argument on my Instagram page. Now, some man said that nurses don't take oaths. I've always heard that they did, and maybe it depends on the state. But the other nurses came on there was like, I'm a nurse, and I did have to take the Nightingale oath because I remember hearing about an oath, but some people are saying that some nurses don't. Oath or not, it just shows you that these nurses do diligence, and their diligence, you know what I'm saying, to help somebody who's sick, to think, you know, to give selfless of themselves. Because that's not easy. When you don't even have the protective uniform, you're having to put on trash bags, and you're still going to go to work and risk your life to save another. Those are the real heroes. I'm sorry. Like, those are the real heroes to me. I'm Lily-eyed. Hey, sweetie, since $9.99, she says, hey, T, you're absolutely right. Myself, along with many other essential workers, have been putting our lives on the line. Us UPS workers have been working 10 to 14-hour shifts, been busier than our peak season. Amen. Amen. Thank you so much for the super chat. That is the truth. My Amazon guy came by today. And I was like, thank you so much. You know, how you holding up? He's like, you know, we're busy just delivering, trying to get stuff out. There's so many essential workers out here. If these essential workers were to have that same type of mentality and just say, I quit. I'm not about to ring on somebody's door. They might have corona. Man, this whole economy would finally just collapse. They really would. So thank you so much for your work. I really appreciate it. Let's see here. I got a lot of super chats. Hold on. My mom works at Veterans Affairs Hospital as a food supervisor, and she has multiple sclerosis along with asthma. She's very nervous. Thank you so much, Bree from NYC. Exactly. Everybody's going through something. Everybody has a story to tell. She's not the only one. So again, like I said, this isn't to bash. It's just showing another side. Before we rally behind somebody and praise them for their act, realize there's other people who are dealing with health issues and they're still going into work every day, you know, and a lot of people are to the point now where they're like, even though I'm scared and this virus is real and I'm praying that, you know, nothing happens to me or my household or my families, they're still grateful because they are working. Because you have people now who their job is not essential, who can't work. And most Americans live paycheck to paycheck. So what are they supposed to do when they only have enough to cover next month's bills and they're still not back to work? So it's a double-edged sword right now. It really is. Let's Get Real says, I work for a hospital, not trained for what I now have to do. Now working with patients once a week / work from home. Single mother, I fear every time I step out. We are deployed to work with PTS now. Yeah, I believe it. And thank you so much for your comment and your super chat. There's a lot of people in the medical field going through it right now, dealing with anxiety, depression, you know what I'm saying? Because this is not a system that they're used to. Look how, remember I told you guys weeks ago, watch everything that's going on in Italy. Everything that's going on in Italy is going to be taking place here. I know a lot of people thought I was crazy, like, oh, that's Italy, that's in Europe, they're a smaller country. America would never. Again, that's our arrogance. And because of our arrogance, we weren't prepared. Because of our government's arrogance, we sat by and it's like, are you not watching what's going on in Italy? You have nurses literally crying and saying that this is such a strain, and they're going through, they're having to make decisions they've never had to make before, choosing who lives and who dies, who gets a ventilator and who doesn't. And at no time did our government say, damn, shit is getting bad in Italy. Let's make sure our medical staff here, we rank up the ventilators. Let's make GMC and the automakers make ventilators 2 months ago. But no, instead we're worried about Mardi Gras. I don't know. I'm just getting frustrated. Nish says, in my hospital, they turned the 15th floor into a dedicated corona floor. It was once the surgical oncology floor. I pray for my fellow nurses each day. I'm lucky to be out till May on maternity leave. Congrats on the new baby, sis. And thank you for the super chat. Yeah, keep them in prayer. I'm praying for them as well. Keep them all in prayer because they need it. They need it. They are struggling right now. And they're, especially in New York. They literally have they're not bodies yet, but they have freezer trucks that are used to haul meat and frozen food items cross country. They have them sitting outside of the New York hospitals because of so many dead bodies. So it's really sad what's going on right now. Tiggy says, my aunt is a 60-year-old nurse with asthma and a host of other health issues, but she has to work. Yep. Thank you so much. Thank you. It's the truth. A lot of people are still out here working, putting their lives at risk because they're thinking of other people as opposed to themselves. And see, unfortunately, we live in such a narcissistic society nowadays that we don't even think twice about that. We don't even praise people who think like that. We'll say, well, psh, that's dumb. Couldn't be me. I wouldn't be working. Because again, that's the way of our society now. It's all about me, 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 me. Let's see here. Jesse Fisher says, I'm a truck driver for a grocery chain called Giant Eagle. Oh, hold on. That just disappeared. Hold up. Called Giant Eagle. They have been working us like crazy, driving 16 hours to get groceries to stores. It's been really crazy. Thank you so much, Jesse, for being an essential worker. You are very much appreciated. I can only imagine. I can only imagine. Because as much as it's driving y'all crazy and they're working y'all, as soon as those trucks come in to my son's store, they're there. Sometimes he has to go in at 4 o'clock in the morning and start unloading. They've been working like crazy to keep the shelves stocked with food, because so many people went crazy once, all this hit and people were going and hoarding and all that stuff. So now it's having a trickle down effect where everybody's having to rush and put in a bunch of overtime. So yeah, thank you so much. Let's see here. Jersey Girl says, people went to the supermarket, made a list of what you need, get what you need, get and go home. Don't bring the entire family to hang out because you're bored at home. Love from Salt Lake City. Thank you. Thank you for the super chat. Starling Vondora says, hey, Pastor T. Thank you. She says, glad to catch your live and see that you're standing strong. You cannot be silenced in the name of Mama Oye herself. Let the congregation say amen. LOL, thank you for being you. Blessings. Thank you so much, sis. I appreciate it. Thank you. That is so funny, Mama Oye. Let's see here. So yeah, no, this has been a great stream. Oh my gosh, almost 11. Have I been out here for almost 2 hours? Oh my gosh, I've been out here for a while. And there's another topic I wanted to hit on real quick. Let me see. Oh yeah. What do y'all think about all these CEOs stepping down? Do y'all find that strange? All these CEOs stepping down? And I'm not even going to go into the whole rabbit hole conspiracy of the pedophile sex ring, like whatever. I'm not even going to go there. But just the fact that they're all stepping down, hopefully the stream doesn't all of a sudden crash. But just the fact that they're all stepping down to me is just very, very strange. And they've been doing this honestly since 2019. It's almost like they knew something was going on and they got the hell out of Dodge. I mean, over 200 CEOs since 2019 have retired. I believe the month of March was like the biggest CEO exodus of all time. It's insane. Medoa says Obama handled the Ebola outbreak greatly. While the administration is a mess, they can't imagine their way out of a wet paper bag. They have to. Yeah. It's crazy what's going on right now. It really is. I live in Georgia. My boyfriend works for Procter & Gamble, and they told him that if these comments are going so fast. They told him that if GA goes on full lockdown, he has to stay at his job. He won't be able to leave until it's over. Damn, they trying to lock people at the job? Oh my gosh, that's crazy. The CEOs are moving to New Zealand and Australia. I've been hearing that. They got bunkers and stuff out there. Let's see here. Latasha Rhodes says, wish me and my hubby would have took heed. Hold on. Would have took heed when we watched the first video you put out. Love you. Love your work, T. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Everything happens for a reason. If we ever go through this again, you guys will just be prepared. That's all. No need to beat yourself up over it. Just try and get what you can do, what you can get. Call the stores in advance. A lot of stores are answering their phones. Call them, find out when their delivery days are and when you can come up there and get supplies, because people are working overtime to get the supplies out to the people. Oh yeah, I want to talk about that trailer trash cave bitch. I've never wanted to whoop somebody's ass so bad, honey. Let me show y'all the other video. This trailer trash broad ended up ruining $35,000 worth of groceries. Now, I don't even understand how she was able to get that. How was she able to just walk around for so long just spitting on shit? Somebody should have grabbed a damn block of salami and busted that bitch in the back of her damn head and calmed her the fuck down. As soon as she spit on one grape, she should have been popped in the head with a big ass brick of salami. Bitch, what is you doing? I mean, like, people are insane out here. You got folks who are fighting to get groceries, and this trailer trash cave bitch comes out of nowhere and starts spitting on fruits and vegetables and all types of shit, talking about she has the coronavirus. They better charge her with a damn felony and throw her in her fucking jail cell and throw away the damn key. This lady pissed me off. Hit on the head with a damn block of salami, damn it. Walking around for damn 10 minutes just spitting on shit. I said it couldn't have been a hood Walmart. They would have beat her ass. So how she walk around that long just spitting on stuff? She'd have got jumped. Let me go ahead and play y'all this video. Let me share my screen. This lady's a trip.
Your bail is $50,000 straight. This is a copy of your criminal complaint, arrest warrant affidavit.
It was inside a police vehicle that District Judge Joseph Hallisey told Margaret Serco of Hanover Township the charges she's up against. Police say Serco went into Garrity's supermarket on the Sansui Highway Wednesday afternoon and deliberately and violently coughed and spit on food throughout the store before trying to steal a case of beer. Employees of the store attempted to stop her while she continued to cough and spit on produce and meat, but she kept yelling, "I have the virus. You're all going to get sick." Garrity Supermarket worked with the Hanover Township Health Department and determined everything she came into contact with had to be thrown away.
My first thought went to the fact that we're going to have to throw out all this food. It's so hard to get right now. I mean, produce hasn't been too bad, but the price of produce is going up quite a bit. And when it comes to all the different grocery items, it's so hard. So right now is the worst time in the world to be throwing food away.
Garrity's posted photos on Facebook of just some of the more than $35,000 lost, including organic produce, bakery items, and meats, as well as employees sanitizing the shelves afterwards.
Our crew came in around 4 o'clock this morning. They have all worked so hard. And they've been here ever since. They're almost done now. Everything was totally clean, totally disinfected. Everything is very safe.
Less than 24 hours later, the shelves have been restocked here inside Garrity's in Hanover Township. And the co-owner tells Newswatch 16 that's thanks to support from suppliers of this store. But he's also received a lot of support from the community and around the world.
This took on a life all its own. I mean, we've gotten contacted by the newspaper in London. People have called from Germany asking if they could help. A lady asked if she could buy gift cards from us from Georgia. It's amazing.
Co-owner Joe Fasula says what is also amazing is the dedication of his employees, especially when an already hard time was made worse.
I mean, I spend most of my time walking around yelling at them to go home, just to get them some time off. But as soon as this happened yesterday, anything they possibly could to get the product out, and then get the case emptied, get the case cleaned, and
Your bail is $50,000 straight. This is a copy of your criminal complaint, arrest warrant affidavit.
All right, so y'all just watch that. I mean, it's disgusting. Disgusting what she did. And I believe they're charging her with like terroristic threat and, just she needs to be charged. I'm just tired of like the attention horn and the weirdness. Like, who thinks to do that? Who thinks to do that? And she did all that to steal beer? Like, really, bitch? You ruined $35,000 worth of food? It's insane. Let me go ahead and read a few more of these super chats here. Please, you guys, make sure you guys hit the thumbs up. It don't cost nothing. It's free. Please hit the thumbs up. So that way people know to come in here if they're not doing anything. Let's see here. Kalina Winham says, scheduled for cardiology. We can work from home, but I got kicked out the network. The job says my Wi-Fi is fine, but I have to come in. I have a 6-year-old. I live with my grandma. IT department is dragging their feet. Wow. Thank you for the super chat. Yeah, it's hard. And I think the internet is really a struggle for a lot of people. Like I said, the internet is going to get more and more bogged down as more people are under, mandatory orders. Even there's been days where I could not get on the internet on my laptop. My VPN wouldn't work. Sometimes my Netflix would go out and I'd have to unplug and reboot everything. So it may not even necessarily just be your system is messed up. It's just that the internet is just under a lot of strain right now because so many people are home. Let's see here. Candace Allen says, for those who appreciate us essential employees, thank you. For trolls on here saying I would, hold on here saying I would say go play in traffic. There was any love you, T. Thank you so much, Candace. Yeah, I mean, we have to appreciate the people who are putting in work. It's very easy to say, well, just quit, or, well, you don't have to work those hours, or you don't have to work at all. Well, people, you don't know everybody's financial. People have families to take care of and things like that. Mari 1997M says, hey T, one of my Facebook followers on my timeline basically said nurses and healthcare workers don't deserve hazard pay because it's their job to take care of the sick. He is currently getting dragged. So they're dragging the hell out of him, as they should. I don't blame them at all. He should be dragged. That's some bullshit. I think that, I know a lot of the stores have even bumped up the pay like $2, $3. I believe Walmart, Target, and a few others. So I think with the nurses, their pay should be bumped up during this time as well. I mean, they're doing all the work, they're helping out. Why not bump up their pay? So I think that's silly to say that they don't deserve hazard pay. I mean, it's their job, but still, if they can give them, something to help compensate, I think there's nothing wrong with that. Okay, so Ramirez says, stay safe at these gas stations. Crime is up. I've been hearing that too, Ramirez. What they're saying, what I'm hearing now, I'm trying to keep my ear to these police streets, but a lot of cities are now announcing, a lot of police officers, they're not going after certain crimes. So property crimes, stick up, certain things. I don't want to name them all because I don't know, but there's certain crimes they're just not going to go after. If you happen to get arrested, they're going to take down your information and come get you at a later date. And it makes me nervous that things like this are being announced. And we talked about this, I think, a week ago. Like, why announce this to the criminals? Because that's one thing that when there's chaos and anarchy, you have the good people who come out, like the healthcare workers and the people who want to see humanity do good. But then you also have that dark side. You'll also see people who come out who love anarchy and chaos. So when you have the news media reporting that, oh, the police are not going to do anything if you do such and such crime or such and such this. Well, now you have a lot of people partaking in criminal activity, robbing people at gas stations, robbing people as they come out of grocery stores, getting them for their groceries. And what really bothers me with that, I feel like it's a powder keg getting ready to blow, because in the same breath, we've been reporting how there's long lines, okay, at gun shops. Now, they did stop selling guns in certain places in Cali, but in a lot of other cities, those gun shops are still open for business and people are racing to buy guns. So my thing is, with there being a lack of police patrol and police being able to do their job because now they're scared of getting corona, because remember, we were all praising the nurse. So now some of these police officers are calling out. They don't want to catch the Rona, okay? So it's putting more pressure and stress on some of these police departments, on top of the ones who have caught it, more stress and pressure. So now they're not able to do their job and fight, crime. So now you have the citizens saying, well, if the police are not able to fight crime or not get here in a timely manner, there's really nothing they can do. I have to protect my own family. I have a lot of folks running around here with guns and everything else. And that to me is just a mix for disaster. That's how I'm seeing it. Look, Selfish Gucci says like we are living are getting ready to live a real life version of the purge soon. I really do. It's very, very nerve-wracking. One Ma says, exciting videos. Thank you so much. Antonio says, hey T, sending love from Canada. That's what's crazy is that Trump is talking about lifting corona restrictions by Easter. If that happens, our borders need to stay closed to y'all Americans. Hashtag not sorry. Thank you for the super chat. Did you shade the Americans? You know, I don't blame you. You know what's so crazy? If y'all don't know, a lot of states are closing down their borders. Certain states are like, okay, y'all dealing with a lot of Rona shit out there in New York. New York, don't bring your ass to Jersey. Jersey, don't bring your ass to Massachusetts. So you're starting to see states that are even starting to close their borders. I forgot what state this was, and if you know, you guys can write it in the comment section. But they're doing drive-bys at people's houses, and they're looking for New York license plates. So if you're in a certain state and your car has a New York license plate, they're kicking you out and telling you to take your ass back to New York. Like, it's getting that bad. It really is. Y'all know what state I'm talking about? Where they're kicking people out with New York license plates out. I saw it on the news. They're like, if you got a New York license plate, is it Rhode Island? Okay, Rhode Island. Rhode Island, we are a tiny state. We mind our business. We pay our taxes. Y'all would not bring the Rona over here. Rhode Island is kicking people out. So it's getting real. It is getting real out there. So I don't blame you. Now, let me just hit on that, though, about the Trump Easter Day, because we had a really good discussion about that, Antonio, on Instagram. This is how I feel about this, okay? Like I told people on Instagram, we got to realize Trump did not come from a political background. He's not a humanitarian. He didn't go through the ranks. He's a businessman, in my Jay-Z voice. Businessman, okay? So he's looking at everything financially, from a business point of view. Okay. So that's how he's looking at stuff. So as a business person, he's going to put profits and business before people. So even though the Easter start date is just his projection, and he's like, you know, I feel like we might be back to work by Easter. We also have to be very, very realistic. And this is why I can't fault him for saying that. America's broke. And I done told y'all this. We're about 23.8, close to $24 trillion in debt. We owe China $1 trillion and we owe Japan $1 trillion. The rest of those trillions are due, you know, are money owed to like different states and the Federal Reserve. So we are trillions of dollars in debt. So that's why when I first asked on Instagram, I said, okay, I'm all for this so-called stimulus, but where is this $1 trillion coming from? Are we just going to print more money? Where is it coming from? Is it more burden on the taxpayers? So it's a double-edged sword, because right now, this pandemic has the power to basically cripple America's entire economy. And that's the truth of the matter. For people who don't follow economics and finance, this pandemic, I repeat, in my Umar Johnson voice, you know how you repeat shit 5 times, has the power to cripple America's economic standing. Okay? So I understand where Trump is coming from when he tries to put out that Easter, you know, due date. Because he's basically telling y'all that's about how much time we have left before the shit hits the fan financially. That's keeping it real. Now, this is where it gets sticky. Do we open things back up and try to salvage our economy? Because right now we have grown men on the news crying. And it's making me cry. You have grown people whose businesses are just gone overnight. No preparedness, no nothing. You're a pizza shop owner. Your pizza shop has been around for 10 years. That's how you feed your family. Shut it down. Gone. My youngest son's best friend, his parents own a pizza shop. Business is over. Had to lay off all their employees. So this is affecting a lot of people throughout the country. A lot of people right now do not know where they're going to get their next mortgage payment from, their next rent payment. They have no idea because there's no income coming in. So that is the double-edged sword that we're facing right now, you guys. Do we go back and open up everything by Easter and try to salvage what's left of our horrible economy right now? Or are we risking more people getting affected and more people dying? And that's something I don't have answers for at all. I don't have the answers. But that's just the truth of the matter. So I can't knock him for that, because coming from a financial background, I get what he's saying. We only have a few short weeks, people. If America does not open back up and allow people to start back working, it's going to get worse. And you're really going to see anarchy in the streets. You're going to really see people out here robbing each other for groceries and, you know what I'm saying, popping up in people's windows and trying to rob people's houses to try and feed their families. So I don't know. I don't know. It's really scary when you think about it. They need to pause the economy. Well, they basically have paused the economy, but that doesn't mean anything if people still owe bills and, you know, rent. I mean, you can pause the economy, but them pausing the economy, that's not going. If you go into Target or Walmart right now, can you say the economy's paused? So let me get all your fruits and vegetables for free? That's not how it works. You know, we have to look at this and think about this very, very realistically. Member says, lovely tea for president. Oh, hell no. I don't know why y'all keep telling me to run for president and politics. Hell no. I just like to sit online and sip tea. I ain't running for shit. When I just sip tea and I research a lot of stuff. I don't need that stress, honey. It's hard enough running my damn household. Yeah, so we're in very, very stressful times. We are. Let's see here. Andrea Edwards says, hey, T, love your channel. I'm glad I caught your live stream. I'm currently watching from New Zealand. Our numbers, a couple of people affected, are climbing rapidly. Thank you so much for the super chat, sis. And I'm hearing that the numbers are definitely climbing in a lot of different countries. I've had, I think, the most awesome time to talk to so many amazing people these past 2 weeks. I've talked to people from literally all over the world that I could have never imagined knew who I was, were tea sippers. I did not know. I had people in Germany who watched me, people in Dubai. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was just like amazed when I was getting these messages like, oh, I'm in this country and I watch you. I mean, it's very, very humbling. It's very humbling. And one thing I can say is that the same thing, the same fears, the same anxiety, the same troubles, the same sleepless nights that we're going through here in America, literally everybody all around the world is going through the same thing, you know? And it makes me feel good that we're all just checking on each other. You know, are you okay? How are you feeling today? You know, I'm checking my IT guys. How's everything going in Pakistan? I think my IT guy like, they better not be beating your ass with no sticks, bruh. You know, I don't play when it comes to my IT guy. He was like, T, you're crazy. I was like, I've seen them videos come out of Pakistan and India. They're beating people with sticks and shit. I was like, they ain't been beating you, have they? He's like, no, I stayed in the house. So it just amazes me, you know what I'm saying, that, you know, we're all going through the same thing as just human beings, regardless of religion, ethnicity, and race, you know. So it's crazy, man. Let's see. Let me try and read these other super chats. I'm sorry if I'm missing some super chats. Oh gosh, let me see here. Thank you, Candace Allen, for the super chat. Let's see. I'm trying to see if I can go through some of these past ones. Okay, so Marlon Harrison says, I pray that the medical personnel get a 2 or 3 month vacation of rest after this craziness. Yes, I agree. They definitely, if nobody else deserves a vacation, they definitely do. They do. Dr. J. Muser said, hey, T, I work at a prescription assistance company, and many people have called in for help due to loss of their jobs and inability to not afford them. Wow. Thank you, Jay, for being an essential worker. Thank you for the super chat. Yeah. And that's what I'm saying, you know, pausing the economy is not going to help, because that doesn't count for goods and services. There's no way America's ever going to say, just give people free medication, just give people free food. It will collapse the rest of the economy that we're struggling to keep up. But what's troubling is the longer people stay out of work and they're not able to bring in a sustainable income, how are they supposed to go out and buy groceries? they're not going to have the money. So that's where it's such a double-edged sword on what we should do. Do we, because the experts are saying, Bill Gates, how you doing? Him and Dr. Fauci, and shout out to Dr. Fauci. He's been in so many pandemic movies and pandemic documentaries. We see you, boo. You just blowed up. You don't went from doing documentaries to sit next to the president. You, I like him though. He speaks a lot of truth. Very, very knowledgeable. Very, very, smart man. But all the experts are saying to really get rid of the virus or contain it, you have to be on lockdown for upwards of 10 to 12 weeks, where everything shuts down. No one leaves. You have your month or 2 months worth of groceries, and that's it. I don't see that happening in America. Matter of fact, why I know it's not going to happen, because we still have foolish people out here throwing damn parties in Atlanta. I posted this earlier today. Let me show y'all this foolishness. Lord have mercy. In the great city of the ATL, they have pull-up parties in Atlanta. Download the app, get in your car, and pull up. And basically, you get to party in the ATL via your car, as if you can't pass Corona around to each other. I mean, it's insane. So that's the problem. They're not going to be able to contain this for 10 to 12 weeks because everybody's not, on the same page, unfortunately. Nini Bella says, my mom has brain cancer and I can't even go see her. Too afraid. Please pray for my older sister and younger brothers. Both are in the medical field. My sister has asthma and was born with a heart defect. Thank you so much. And thank you to them for what they're doing. It's very hard. It's very hard. A lot of people are unable to see their relatives right now. There was a really sweet video I was sent of this older gentleman. His wife is in a nursing home. She has dementia, and he's used to going to see her literally every day. And nobody's allowed anymore in these facilities because they're scared of getting these patients sick. So he was sitting outside of the window talking to his wife, and she was crying, and she was trying to figure out why she couldn't see her husband. He's like, don't cry, calm down. There's a virus out here and they don't want you to catch. I can only visit you through the window. So I'm like, if this is not the damn Notebook, I don't know what this is. Like, oh my gosh, had me like literally almost in tears. Yeah, it's a really sweet video. My mom works with people with disability. Like I said, like my whole family works like in the medical, sister-in-law, dentist, mom, she does stuff with people with disabilities. So at this point, even their families are not allowed to see them. They can't take them out anymore. Any medical issues they have, they're trying to take care of most of their medical issues in-house, as opposed to taking them down to the emergency room and things like that. So yeah, it's a lot of people in nursing homes, even in certain hospitals. They're only allowing possibly one other person with you if you're having a baby. For the most part, they're not even allowing other people, family members. So like I said, this is going to change the fabric of society, and it's definitely going to change how we interact with each other for a while. And that's the sad part. Okay, let's see here. Sarah Dunn sends $24.99. She says, keep the tea coming. Love you. Love you too. Thank you so much, Sarah Dunn. I appreciate it. Oh, okay. TB says they're gonna buy bots. You know what's so funny about that, TB? Y'all call Margaret a dummy. What did Margaret do? Y'all in here cussing out somebody named Margaret, honey. They done call Margaret a dummy in all caps. Dummy. I always laugh when adults go back and forth because y'all know I be snapping too, so I ain't judging, honey. Margaret done pissed somebody off, called her a straight dummy. I don't even know who Margaret is. But in damn ways, I posted this on Instagram. We talked about this 2 years ago when I did my live stream about transhumanism and automation and how robots will be taking over. So now, do not be shocked if they use this whole pandemic to start ushering in automation. Okay, a lot of jobs are now talking about bringing on the bots. Why? Because if you're a robot, you don't have to worry about a compromised immune system and a nurse just quitting because of her immune system because the robot can't get sick. Or fast food workers, you want to complain about us not giving you PTO and FLA? Well, now we'll just have robots cooking the food. So what they're saying now is that they're going to start cranking out more automation. They want to making more jobs automation. So that way they don't have to really worry about people getting sick and not being able to work, and they can still keep the economy running. So we can keep the humans in the house, keep them under quarantine, and we'll have the robots and automation take care of everything. So be on the lookout for that. That's coming down the pipeline. I swear this world is like a movie, y'all. I swear it is. Okay, you guys. Let's see here. I really want to know what Margaret did. Yeah, it's getting crazy. It really is. Monisha, I like that, Monisha. She says, in order to keep the curve down or to get people to stay inside, do you think martial law is on the horizon? You know what? I tried not to talk about martial law for a while because, again, I don't want to be accused of fear mongering, and I don't want to, put out misinformation. But this is just my personal opinion. This is not anything solid. I have no facts, but I do believe that we are technically under martial law right now. And the reason why I say that, Monisha, is because at this point in time in the state of Minnesota, it went into effect at midnight Friday. We cannot leave our homes between 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. My son is an essential worker, so he has some type of permit thing. So when he leaves work at like 9, 10 o'clock at night, if he gets pulled over by the police, because the police are going to be out enforcing this, he has to show them his papers to get to and from work and home. He has to show them his papers. If I get caught driving, or if I'm caught walking around, because I like my nighttime walks, you will be arrested and you'll receive either a $1,000 fine or 30 days in jail. So to me, okay, so other states, okay, Texas too. Texas from 8 p.m. to 6 a.m. What other states are under this new curfew? I can't leave my house past 8 p.m. and this started yesterday. Okay, so a lot of y'all, okay, so a lot of the essential workers, you guys are also, that's one thing I did notice on that post. A lot of you guys are also receiving your paperwork where you guys can be out. So you have to have this paperwork. I don't know if it's, they're giving them out to a lot of people. You have not gotten one, make sure you get one, because if you're an essential worker, you need to have that paperwork so you don't end up in jail or fined, depending on your state. And I know in Minnesota, it's $1,000 or 30 days in jail. So to me, in my heart of hearts, I feel like that's a form of martial law. No, the army's not in front of my house. No, nobody has ran up in here. But the fact that I physically can't jump in my car and drive to Walmart past 8 just because I want to go get some cranberry juice, that doesn't sit well with me. That makes me feel like we're already under a form of martial law, right? Now, with that being said, if these people continue to party, I mean, I've seen people having hookah parties where they have hookahs set up and they're smoking hookahs from their cars. We've seen the pull-up parties at the gas stations. If people do not take this seriously, eventually there will be a physical martial law, I believe. That's not to scare people. That's not to fearmonger. These are just my thoughts and opinions. The thing is, in India, they can go around beating people with sticks and all that shit. Their police can do that in a lot of those countries because they know those people, they're not going to fight back for the most part. that type of thing would not play here too well. Okay? Because Americans have guns. But I feel like initially, especially with police falling back from going after criminals and the police dealing with all this corona stuff, they pulled the army in for a reason. And people got mad at me for, talking about that before it became mainstream. I still don't understand why. But the army wasn't called out, to come into these cities for no reason. Granted, some of them are the National Guards and they're here to, hand out food and blankets, whatever. Kudos to them. But let's not get twisted and act like the military, the Marines, the Army, and all that are also deployed as well. And I feel like they're gonna rank things. They're gonna rank it up. They're gonna do more because the economy is tanking. Trump wants everything reopened soon. People are not staying in their homes. They're ignoring curfew orders. This is a powder keg waiting to happen. And I feel like eventually I have to, rank it up where they're going to have to come in and be on the streets to show, sit your ass in the house. We're not doing any more pull-up parties. That's just what I feel. I don't know. It's just what I feel. Francis Jean says, I love your honesty on the situation. Thank you so much. Yeah, I just had to be honest about it. That's just how I feel. It's not to fearmonger. I'm not, telling y'all it's the purge. I'm not telling you to go, buy guns and go up to your cabin and join a militia. I'm not saying any of that. I'm just saying how I feel, It's been a very, very nerve-wracking few weeks. And I think for me, I'm used to being home. Like, let's not act like I'm just, everywhere, I mean, unless I'm traveling and doing stuff for like YouTube and, my brand, for the most part, I'm a homebody. But I will say that it does do something to me. So I couldn't even imagine how the people who work every day, who like work out in the field or, let's say you're a service worker or retail, I couldn't even imagine what it's doing to y'all because I'm a natural homebody. I'm an editor. So usually all my work is home anyways. But, when I'm ready to leave and go do stuff, I go to the gym. Like the gym is my outlet. I'll go out there, walk on the treadmill. I'm not lifting 50-pound weights, just, walk on the treadmill and, doing light shit. That's my release. And I used to do that in the evenings. And I'd be on the phone because nobody's using the gym. It's just usually me and the one dude. That's about it. I usually go in the gym like midnight when there's nobody else there. And I'm on the phone talking to my friends and working out, just having fun. And the fact that I can't even do that now is stressful. I love Walmart. I was at Walmart. I go to Walmart literally once a day, twice a day. Just walk around Walmart, grabbing cranberry juice. I can't even do that anymore past 8. So imagine if they work outside the home way more than I do. And your routine is you get up every morning, jump in the shower, get dressed, get to your corporate job, get to your, service job or whatever it is you do. And now all of that has just grinded to a halt. And on top of that, you have no money coming in. I can only imagine what people are going through right now. I can only imagine. Because I know it's driving me nuts just knowing that I can't go and do certain things. And I'm more or less a homebody. So the people who work a 9 to 5, I very much sympathize with what you're going through mentally. It has to be hard just sitting there. Because I know my sister-in-law, honey, she texts me like every 10 minutes. She's probably in here now watching. She texts me every 10 minutes, pictures of the baby walking, pictures of the baby. Oh, girl, I done gave the baby some baby hairs. What you think? I done got her hair. What you think? So I know she ain't got nothing else to do because she won't stop texting at all. Because she's a dentist. So she's like, working in people's mouths all the time. I might hear from her like maybe once every other week, like literally 10 times a day. So people who work a 9 to 5, they're going through it, man. They're going through it. They are going through it, honey. You're a homebody too? I feel you on that one. People not able to provide for their families is scary. And what's going to happen in the future? Yeah. That's what a lot of people are thinking about. And then who else is fat? I done gained about 5 damn pounds. I'm tired of this shit. The most walking I'm doing is to the damn kitchen. I find myself in there eating shit and I'm not even hungry. I'm just bored. It's like, damn, we all gonna come out looking like Dan Martin. I had posted this meme yesterday and I had everybody cracking up. Let me show you this meme. Honey, before and after quarantine, honey. Let me show y'all this. Y'all about to crack up. That's why I was trying to show all types of different stuff on my Instagram page. I'm talking before quarantine, slim and trim. And now, you know, everybody's just looking big and gaining weight. It's like, what in the world is going on? Look, everybody's just walking to the kitchen. And it's, I'm gonna start working out. I mean, I can work out in the house, but you know, it's fun when you like go out, you know, and you're around, I guess, other people, you know, on equipment and stuff like that. But I got to start doing something. I said, because this quarantine and you know, some fear, it's gonna have us having hypertension and damn diabetes when it's said and done. Cause like all we're doing is just eating shit. It's like I'm about to leave this quarantine with a damn gut and a butt. I'm gonna get into it next week. I'm gonna start like really trying to work out and stuff like that. I had to get back into the swing of things. I'm used to walking. Like I'm a walker. Like I walk around my neighborhood all the time. Like I love walking. Walking is the best exercise for me. Like that's why I hate it in the wintertime when I can't walk because it's too cold. So then that's when I really go to the gym and I get on the treadmill. But now that it's warming up and I just can't walk around, that sucks. I mean, I can walk around during the day. I don't want to really walk too far. I see some of my neighbors out and about walking their dogs and stuff. So I'll probably try that Monday if it's a little bit warm, you know, just try and walk around, you know, my neighborhood. But yeah, it's different, man. We're living in different times. Let's see here. LaSheila Tucker says, I work at Dollar Tree. We are right next to the plasma center. We have to wipe everything down with bleach after two people. My mom is a CNA and one of the nurses got exposed to the virus. It's crazy. Yes, I've noticed that at Walmart too. After each person, they have to stop and then wipe down like the pay card machine and, you know, wipe down the register and all that stuff. So, yep, I've been noticing that too. Like a lot of companies are taking it more seriously. You know, the other thing that kind of bothers me is that a lot of companies are letting their employees wear gloves. Like even at my son's store, he wears gloves. My homeboy, he's a bus driver. He's allowed to wear gloves, but they're not allowed to wear a face mask. And that to me is just so insulting. So you guys understand there's an issue. These people are asking like, yo, I have a face mask. Can I just wear a face mask? They're not allowed to because it might make the company look bad or people might think that you have corona. You know, I think at this point, nobody cares. If I see a person at Walmart with a face mask on, I'm not going to assume that they just have corona. I'm going to think, oh, what a smart person. They're protecting themselves. If the customers can walk in, because I'm walking in like I'm looking like a damn biohazard suit, big ass coat, mask, gloves, give a damn. I walk in prepared with my damn earpods on, listening to damn music. So if I can walk in like that, why can't they? I think it's sad that they don't allow employees to wear face masks and stuff. My homeboy hit me up the other day. He said he had to kick somebody off his bus. And you know, like on the buses now, you can only get in through the back. They're not allowing anybody to get on through the front because they don't want to expose the bus drivers. And he said this dude was coughing, but you could tell he was doing it for attention. Like it wasn't just like you know, like nowadays, especially when people cough now, you be trying to hold it in or be like, you know, like it sneaks out. But he was just like, like it's like he wanted attention. He said he had to pull over the bus and kick the dude off the bus. Like, you got to go, bro. You're doing way too much. Okay, we're not trying to get corona. You got to go. So folks are not playing no more. They will boot your ass out the bus. You keep on playing. 2721 Kit Kat says the quarantine is really tough for people who have mental health issues. They are used to a routine and being social with their peers. I can believe that. Thank you for the super chat. I can definitely believe that. It's really tough out here for a lot of people. Let's see here. It's K Foya says, speaking of the meme, all the celebrities that stay home, which I understand, but they have pools, basketball courts, theaters, and stuff. And that's been a funny thing on my channel. We've kind of talked about the celebrities. I mean, on Instagram, we've it's not to like drag them out. I mean, come on. I'm not trying to say that celebrities are not allowed to be bored because they're rich. Of course, they're allowed to be bored, but it just comes off like they're trying too hard to be relatable. And I just can't relate. I'm sorry. I can't relate. Okay. Trick Daddy's up here crying, who has a compromised immune system from lupus, crying about not being able to go to a strip club and make it rain on strippers. Tired of being in his big mansion in Miami when he could be in the Pork and Beans projects. Needs to be grateful. Sierra's making weird songs about being bored in the house. Meanwhile, she lives in a big old mansion with a lakefront view. Just walk down to the lake and go chill with your kids, feed the fish. Kylie Jenner is talking about she's used to being quarantined because she did the same thing when she was pregnant, and so she can relate to the people. Kylie, shut the hell up and go to the other side of your mansion. Like you're not being relatable to me. I'm sorry. I'm just keeping it real. I can't relate because the average person is probably like in a 1-bedroom apartment, and the most walking they're doing is from their couch to the kitchen. So I can't relate. Sorry. Not knocking them. Yeah, they're human. They can be bored too, but I just can't relate. Let's see here. American Dad says, T, you heard of the former Benden staff accusing him of sexual assault? Mainstream media is silent. It was written by a Pulitzer Prize nominated journalist. I did not hear about that, but I'll look into it. I didn't hear nothing about that though. But thank you for the super chat. Lee Sheila Tucker says, I work. Oh no, okay, I read hers. All of the super chats were here just disappeared. Miss Tony Green, thank you for joining the membership. I appreciate it. Oh, Madonna is the worst. Mr. Bacon, I ended up on her Instagram page. I don't even know why. I was on her Instagram page today. What is wrong with her? She's like typing on a Corona typewriter. That's the name of them. Predictive programming. And she's like, day number 16 of quarantine. We're down to our last can of corn. But I decided to feed the twins so that way they wouldn't kill each other over the last. Like, shut the fuck up, Madonna. She's another that's been annoying me. And then she did that weird video in the bathtub full of milk, talking about this coronavirus is bringing us all together. It's letting us all know that we're all human. Like, what? Madonna, shut up. And she doesn't even look the same no more. Somebody go get Madonna. Honey, I'll get the hell off of her damn Instagram page. Madonna was annoying the hell out of me. And then, somebody left her a comment. That Asia Argento lady. She was on Madonna's Instagram page commenting. I wanted so bad to reply to her comment. I said, don't be messy, T. Get your ass off of here. Because I try not to like, I don't try to respond to people on Instagram or be petty or, troll people. I don't like that because I don't like when it's done to me. So I was like, no, get up out of here. Get. But it was funny because I saw her on there commenting, having a good old funky time. I'm like, bitch, didn't you sacrifice Anthony Bourdain? And whatever happened to that little boy that you fucked? They got that out the news real damn quick. While you celebrating Harvey Weinstein being, found guilty, what about your ass? I was surprised as hell to see her just commenting, living her best life. Weirdo. Okay, it's time for me to get out of here. I've been on here. It's 11:30. I've been on here since 9:10. I've been on here for almost 3 hours, honey. I wanted to say something so bad, like, what is you doing here, bitch? Why ain't you in jail with Harvey Weinstein? Didn't you smash that little boy that you groomed? I said, you know what, T, let me get the fuck up off of Madonna's page. I don't want to bring no drama to her page, honey. I left. I said, let me get up out of here. You got Asia Argento on here commenting and shit. I said, let me get out of here. This is a damn weird ass vortex. I shouldn't even be over here. I don't even know how I got there. Madonna is a weirdo. I don't know what's up with her. TJ says, I'm not sure if you see my previous super chat, but I want to stress how real it is in NYC. I'm doing telehealth crisis counseling 24/7. This is not a good time for people with anxiety and depression. Thank you so much for the super chat. I can believe it. Because like I said, it's just changing your whole mind about everything that's going on. Even like for me, it's hard to sleep. I'm finding myself staying up. I did take a nap earlier today, right before I started live streaming. I did sleep for a bit, but like my sleep pattern is so erratic. even more than usual. So thank you for what you're doing, and thank you for talking to people and trying to calm people down. You know, we need people like you to do that. Anandi1 says, T, did you watch Tiger King? What do you think about Carol and her husband going missing? That whole doc was a hot damn mess, but entertaining as fuck. Did you just get here? Thank you for the super chat. We talked about this 2 hours ago. You're gonna have to watch the replay, baby. We broke it down for like at least 40 good minutes. We drug Carol, we drug her new husband. So yeah, we talked about that already. But thank you. So you guys, I've been on here for 3 hours. I hope I entertained you guys. Hope you guys, you know, were able to just kind of talk to each other and, you know, relieve some stress, relieve some anxiety. Thank you guys so much for the super chats. Thank you to everybody who came through. Sorry if I wasn't able to read your super chat. I missed some of them. Thank you to all the new members. Thank you to the people on Facebook. I know I feel like I ignore you guys sometimes because I'm on the YouTube section over here. But to everybody who came through, I really appreciate it. I'll try and do another stream. I'm glad this went off without a hitch. There were no issues. So maybe we can come back and do another stream tomorrow for like an hour or two and, you know, check in and, you know, talk to you guys. So on that note, good night. Hold on. Somebody says, T, I wanted your opinion on my question. Hammy, what was your question? I just happened to see your comment. It was a lot of comments in here. Write your question really quick, Hammy, so I can answer it. Come on, girl, get a move on. I gotta go. I'm tired. I see everybody's question but Hammy. I'm tired. I've been out here for 3 hours. Okay, I don't see her question. I was hoping she'd write it. Okay, I'm looking. I don't see it. Is that it? Okay. I don't see it. I try to wait out and see the question, but I don't. Everybody else is trying to get seen. I asked Hammy to type. Y'all all talking. Y'all done covered up her comment because I don't see her no more. So anyways, you guys, let me go ahead and end this podcast. But thank you guys so much for joining me this evening. You guys be safe. Take this seriously. Stay vigilant. You know, I'm going to continue to post and keep you guys updated on stuff. You know, I don't know what's going to happen from here. I don't know what's going to happen in the next few weeks, but just try and stay strong. Try and help each other out. It's not a time to be selfish. I mean, definitely practice social distancing. But if you have family members who just didn't prepare, I've had a few. If they need a roll of toilet paper, just give it to them. Just give it to them. I've given away 5 rolls thus far. I ain't got time to argue with people. I don't even want to say I told you so. I get a text, T, you got any toilet paper? Come through, put it in the bag for them, shut the door, go back up into my place. So if you can help folks out, help them out. Because unfortunately, a lot of folks just didn't listen until it was too late. So do what you got, do what you got to do. So, all right, you guys, I'm out of here. Thank you guys once again. You guys have a good evening. Deuces.